Hello guys, and welcome to Healthy Living at workoutmaster.com. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how easy it is to make this infamous gelatin broth that everybody's been talking about. It's quite actually simple to make, and the ingredients are many and various, so you can actually change the flavors and make it of your liking as much as you want. The one that I'm going to be using today, I'm going to be using cow's feet and neck bones. Why I'm picking these is because they're very high in connective tissue, a lot of cartilage, ligaments, tendons and stuff like that, so they will actually yield a lot of gelatin, which is actually what we're looking for. In addition to that, the neck bones, they contain a lot of meat, so they themselves, they can actually add more flavor, more the way I like it. What you can use as far as raw material, you can go with the chicken parts like necks and feet and backs would be ideal. It will make a really tasty chicken broth high in gelatin. And you can also use, all kinds of, from beef to bison to lamb bones, and they will actually do almost the same job with a different flavor, of course. The preparation is quite easy. In the case now that I'm actually using all these cow feet and neck bones, with the cow feet, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to wash them really good. And this might take several hours, actually keeping them under running water. Ideally, what you want to do is just grab the bones, put them in a bowl, put them under the water sink. Make sure that the water is actually high quality, of course. You don't want to load them up with chlorine, and just wash them over and over so you get rid of all the anything that could be there that is unhealthy to you, and at the same time wash all the blood and all the stuff away. It's actually going to begin to break down some of the tissue, and the skin will be nice and washed. Make sure that there's no hair, none of that stuff that you might not want to find in your connective tissue materials. So what we do from that is we're actually going to put it in a pot. I have this empty one here, and this is a really good stock pot that actually has a liner that will work really good. So as you can see, this is I think a 12-quart pot. Really deals for a lot of servings. And what you're going to do is just fill it up with water to the level that you need, usually about 1 or 2 inches above the level of the bones. They are going to give you the marker for that. So once you have it here, fill it up with water, put your bones in there, add a little bit of orange juice, a couple tablespoons of some vinegar. That varies in taste. Some people use it, some people do. I do myself. And put it to boil. Once it boils, bring it down to a shimmer, and it should take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Depends what materials you use, and some of them are tougher than others, and it will take that amount of hours before you start seeing the fruits of your labor. So I'm going to show you now. This other pot has been cooking here since this morning, so I'm going to show you pretty much what it looks like. So I will get rid of this one and put it out of the way, which I use for the sake of demonstration. And this is the pot that's been on the fire all morning. Let me get rid of these raw materials that we have here, put them out of the way. And as you can see here, this is hot. This is a little bit different of the strainer, but the bones have been here for several hours. And right now what I have is just the bones that pretty much have themselves drained slowly away. And there's two things that we can do with these bones. We can discard them, we can eat some of that connective tissue, or we can actually put them back in the pot once we have drained it for the gelatin, add more vinegar, a little bit more this time, and these bones will eventually begin to break down, and this will give you the mineral broth that we have also spoken about in earlier episodes. It's great nutrition, it's really easy to make. So the only thing that I'm going to do right now is just put it on the sink. I'll discard them later. And the broth that I have here, I'm going to let it cool off. You can start adding some salt, and whether you can put some herbs to give it some flavor. That's entirely up to you. But the broth is going to sit here for a couple more hours. It's going to cool off. All the fat is going to rise to the top. I will put it in the cooler, after that in the refrigerator. And what I have to do is very important now. I will have to skim all the fat on the top of it. Get rid of it. You don't want to use none of that fat. And the gelatin stuff, then you will put it in smaller containers, let it cool off. Eventually will go into the freezer. If you put it into the freezer, make sure that you do it with glass jars, and those jars are going to be only filled about 3/4, since when it begins to freeze it will expand and it might crack the jar. And that's what gelatin broth is all about. It's very simple, highly nutritious. It's the most anti-inflammatory protein that we can eat right now, and it's part of the protocol that we use with our clients when we actually try to restore the digestive tract health. It's that simple, guys. Have your broth, make it well, have fun. Keep yourself in the kitchen away with reckless abandonment, and if you do this right, the broth and your future looks much better already. Thank you.